Good day everyone. Today I will discuss about the input and output modules 7.2. Okay, chapter 2, input and output modules by Dondon Montero. The major function of an input and output module fall into the following categories. The control and timing coordinates the flow of traffic between the internal and the resource and the external device. The processor communication involves the commands decoding data, status reporting, and address recognition. Device communication involves the commands status information and data. Data buffering performs the needed buffering operation to the balance device and the memory speed. Error detection detects the report transmission of the error. The major function or requirements for an input-output fall into the following categories such as control and timing, processor communication, device communication, data buffering, error detection. During any period of time, the processor may communicate with one or more external device in unpredictable patterns depending on the program's need for input and output. The internal resource, such as main memory, and this system bus must be shared among the number of activities, including the data of input-output. Thus, the input-output function include as a control and timing requirement to coordinate the flows of traffic between internal resource and external device. For an example, the control transfer of the data from an external device to the processor might involve the following sequence of steps. Number 1. The processor interrogates the input-output module to check the status of a touch device. The input-output module returns the device status. If the device is operational or ready to transmit to the processor request, transfer of data means a command that input-output module. The input-output module obtains unit data, for example 8 or 16 bits for an external device. Number 5. The data are transferred from input-output module to the processor. If the system bus employs then such as interaction between the processor and input-output module involves one or more bus arbitration. Proceeding the simplified scenario also illustrate that the input-output modules communicate with the processor and with the external device. Processor communication involves the following. Commands decoding. The input-output modules accept the commands from the processor, typically sent a signal control bus. For an example, the input-output module for a disk drive might accept the following commands: read the sector, write sector, and seek track number and scan record ID. The later two commands each include the parameter that is sent on the data bus. Data bus. Data. Data are exchanged between the processor and the input-output module over the data bus. Status reporting. Because peripherals are so slow, it is important to know the status of the input-output module. For example, if a module is asked to send a data to the processor read, it may not be ready to do so because it's still working on the previous input-output command. This pack can be reported with a status signal, and a common status signal are busy and ready. There may also signal to report various error command condition. Address recognition. Just each word and memory has address, so does each input-output device. Thus, an input-output module must recognize one unique address for each peripheral it controls. On the other side, input-output module must be able to perform device communication. This communication involves the command status information data, and as essential task of an input-output module is data buffering. The needed for this function is apparent from where areas that transfer rate and out of main memory. The processor is quite high. The rate orders of magnitude lower for many peripheral devices and covers a wide range. Data coming from the main memory are sent to an input-output modules. In rapid bursts, the data are buffered into input-output module and then sent to the peripheral device at its data rate, and opposite direction data are buffered so as not to tie up the memory, and a slow transfer operation. Thus, the input-output module must be able to operate both device and memory speeds. Similarly, if the input-output device operates a rate higher than the memory access rate, then the input-output module performs the needed buffering operation. Finally, an input-output module is often responsible for error detection and for subsequently reporting errors. The processor one class of error includes mechanical and electrical malfunction reported by the device. For an example, for paper jam, bad destruct. Another class of consists an intentional change the bit to the bit pattern as it transmits from the device input-output module. Some form of error detecting code is often used to detect transmission error. A simple example to use is parity bit on each character of data. For example, the IRR character code occupies 7 bits of a byte. 8 bits sent so that the total number of 1 second in the byte is even parity or odd parity. When a byte received, the input-output module checks the parity to determine whether an error has occurred. Now, let's welcome to the input-output module structure interface to the system bus and interface to external device, the data lines, the data registers, status control registers, address line, control lines, and input-output logic connect with the external device interface logic. With the external device interface logic, data status control. Input-output modules vary considerable in complexity and the number of external devices that they control. We still attempt that only a general description. One specific device, the Intel 82C55A, is described in section 4. Figure 7.3 provides the general block diagram of an input-output module. The module connects to the rest of the computer through the set of the signal lines. An example, system bus line. Data transferred to end form to the module buffered in one or more data register. There may also one or more status register that provide current status information. A status register may also function as a control register to accept detailed control information from the processor. The logic within the module interacts with the processor by a set of control lines. The processor uses the control lines to issue its command to the input-output module. Some of the control lines may be used by the input-output modules, arbitration in status signal. The module must also be able to recognize and generate address associated with the device it controls. Each input-output module has unique address of it controls command more than one external device. A unique set of address. Finally, the input-output module contains logic that is specific to the interface with each device that it controls. And input modules function to allow processor to view wide range of devices in a simple-minded way. There are a spectrum of capabilities that may be provided. The input-output module may hide the details of timing, formats, and electromechanics of an external device so that the processor can function in terms simple read and write command, and possibly open close file command. In the simplest form, that I/O module may still leave much of the work controlling the device. Rewind a tape visible to the processor, and input-output modules that take on the most detailed processing burden, presenting a high-level interface to the processor is usually referred to as an input-output channel or input-output processor. An I/O module that is quite primitive, requires detailed control, is usually referred to as an input-output controller or device controller. Input-output controllers are commonly seen in a microcomputer, whereas I/O channels are used in a mainframe. In what follows, we will use the generic term input-output module. With no confusion result, we'll use more specific terms where necessary. Okay, thank you everyone. I hope you understand about the input-output module structure and input-output module function. Then remember, there are 5 major function and input module. There are control timing, processor communication, device communication, data buffering, and error detection. Thank you everyone, and this is Dondon Montejo. So thank you for watching. I hope you will understand all about the input output modules. Thank you and have a good day.